Dude. Craft, brews, casual conversations. I don't remember how we used to start it back in the day, otherwise I would have said it. Surprise guest. His name is Josh. He said some mean things previously, but he's here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm good for what every 100 episodes about?
Yeah. It's been more. It's
what are you on now?
Almost 230.
Oh, okay,
I
sure.
think.
So I was on the 100th episode.
You were on the 100th episode. Did you forget how to hold a mic?
Maybe.
Right
Why
to
is
your
it not
face.
too?
There,
Okay.
now
Sorry.
Now it's good.
Yeah, so I did forget.
I do that to Carissa as well, and she, you take the criticism. She nags at it. So thank you for doing that. But glad you're here. Yeah, every once in a half a century.
Yep.
Here we are, drinking Old Nation Brewing Company's Boss Tweed, which you brought. I appreciate that. You're already one-upping Rob just by bringing beer. Weighing in at 9.3%, Boss Tweed is a double New England IPA with an aroma of peach, mango, tangerine, a nice Pilsner malt backbone with a touch of Vienna. I don't know what that means, but
hops maybe. Is it Vienna hop?
9.3 in the ABV's 68 in the IBU. So it's a boozy beer,
And delicious.
but it looks
at that.
good. Like any IPA that looks like juice is a good sign.
Solid, right?
Yeah, and obviously you only need like one or two, and then you're floating high.
Good to go, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's about all I need.
It's not really that bitter.
I think that's what I like about it a lot. Is it doesn't have that bitterness on the back, like
It's
most IPAs have, which I like anyways. But it's nice to not have that.
it's pretty smooth. And I get the tangerine a little bit and stuff like that. It's good. I can't drink like I used to.
Yeah, me neither.
I had was it a couple of weekends ago? We were at our friend's house, and I had 4 old fashions throughout the night, and I threw up.
What kind of old fashions? Whiskey, bourbon, brandy?
Is it whiskey? Yeah, whiskey maybe. It might be bourbon. I don't know. Whatever he made me, I drank it and I vomited. They taste well, but it was gross on the way up.
Was it from the sweetness and whatnot? Was it mixed or something like that?
I don't know. It was. I mean, it just had he put some things in it, put the soda in it, and then it's just probably too much alcohol. I can't handle it anymore.
It could be. Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm good for maybe like 1 or 2 beers or just a small glass of bourbon.
Have your kids seen you loopy or buzzed yet?
I don't think so.
And they go, "Dad, you're acting funny."
I don't think they would know.
Well,
if
that's
I
good.
was.
That's good. I think my kids have seen me tipsy before, but
Sure.
hopefully they wouldn't know. It doesn't happen too often. And then when I wake up the next morning, I feel really bad. I apologized to Carissa the next morning when I threw up because I was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't, wasn't my intention. He just kept giving them to me. And then the last one I asked her for permission. She said yes. And so really it's just her fault while I was throwing up.
Blame it on the wife.
Yeah. She really can't handle it anymore. She hasn't drank. She's had like 2 full drinks in 10 months, 11 months almost. And so she's easing her way back into it.
Sure.
So you're a bourbon man now.
I am a bourbon man now.
Tell me, so what's so good about bourbon? Like, can you tell the difference between brands?
I'm getting better at that kind of. So typically drinking bourbon, I have a glass specifically that a Glencairn. It's kind of shaped so you can smell the different flavors and stuff. So you have the nose first that you smell.
Sure.
Kind of pick up on notes. I'm getting better, but don't pick up like what some people do where it's like, well, how do you get that? But then, so after you nose it, then you drink it and then on the palate, whatever flavors you get with that. And then on the finish of it as well, you can get, it's pretty intense.
Kind of like beer though, craft beer. Like I like to smell it before I drink it. It's kind of the same process, but I don't know what hops smell like what.
Yeah,
I can't get I can't be like, oh, these are Chinook hops or whatever. Like when I drink it, I have no idea.
Me neither. I guess know what tastes good and whatnot. But
so do you have like a bourbon brother that you bond with over sweet bourbon?
I don't. It's just me by myself.
How'd you get into it?
On Reddit, I just kind of started following the bourbon subreddit and started noticing different bottles and stuff that I thought would be good and wanted to try. So I just kind of started picking it up, and I've kind of always been a whiskey guy too. So, and whiskey's kind of an offshoot, bourbon's an offshoot of whiskey.
Okay,
a specific kind. It has different characteristics or different things it needs to meet to be called bourbon. So just kind of went off of that, and yeah, here I am today.
It's a little more expensive than the craft beer, maybe.
Yeah, quite a bit more expensive. The bourbon craze is kind of boomed.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many things that you can't get that used to be like super cheap on the shelf, and now they're like, I don't know, people charge like 50 times the price of what they were before.
Sure.
Like Buffalo Trace is a brand, and just all their stuff is so hard to find or come by.
Mm-hmm.
It's allocated. You have to be in lotteries and stuff to get it. It's just kind of ridiculous.
So how do you drink it? Do you use one of those black ice cubes in your glass?
I drink it neat. No ice.
What is that? No ice.
So that's just straight.
Otherwise, so neat and on the rocks. Is there a dirty version?
I guess you could mix it with Coke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you just drink it. You put it in a glass. Do you fill it all the way to the brim, or is it like halfway, quarter?
Typically, you'll do it by like ounces, which I can't like estimate that. But or people do it by like fingers, so like 2 fingers of whiskey or something like that. Maybe like 1 or 2 fingers I'll have, and that's about it.
You don't. So do you ever make mixers? You ever make old fashions?
I do. I have a recipe that I found on a bourbon YouTube channel that I actually follow.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And so it's like a southern old fashioned or something.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do in your simple syrup, you steep like orange tea or orange spice tea.
Interesting. That sounds
good.
good.
And then you use like 2 ounces of bourbon or rye. Rye is another thing that I like as well. And then like an ounce of the simple syrup and the really expensive Luxardo cherries. They're just really fancy maraschino cherries.
But they cost more?
Like $20 for a
what?
jar. Yeah.
What do they taste different?
They taste better.
How?
They're not
so? More sweet? Less sweet?
Not so artificial.
Sure.
Tasting.
Mm-hmm.
If, like a special syrup that they're in and stuff.
Interesting.
And, so yeah, all that mixed together, and it makes a pretty good old fashioned. It doesn't have a bunch of like I don't know, like the mixers that you buy at like the store to put in there, all the fruit that's in there.
Right.
It kind of highlights the whiskey or the rye a little bit more.
What's rye? Like bread? The rye chips from
so
Gardetto's are my favorite.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad they put those in bags by themselves.
You put those in your bourbon?
I do not.
Oh.
So rye is a grain that can be. It's also found in bourbon. So there's mash bills, kind of like with a beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So rye, it just needs to be, it's just typically just rye that's in it. No other grains. I remember if there's other, but usually it's not. It's just rye that's in there, and that's it for the mash bill.
That's crazy. You've spent more time researching this bourbon just to drink it alone in your basement. When you could be, you should start a podcast called the Bourbon Bros and get and another bourbon enthusiast, and you just, you sound like snobs, and I'm just kidding. You wouldn't sound.
It'd be fun.
You spend more time in it, and like really, I should have all this information about different kinds of beers. I don't.
Really?
I don't
not
know,
after even drinking like all these different things.
I don't know. Maybe I can like tell the difference between a porter and a stout. I don't know. One of them has more coffee.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
so I didn't know.
I forget which one it is. I want to say it's the stout. Stouts tend to have more the coffee taste.
The coffee notes in them?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But pretty much most of the times, most brewers will say that they're the same thing.
Really?
The stouts and porters are kind of similar. I have a bunch of the Three Sheeps from 2018.
Do you?
They're Bourbon Barrel Society.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I had one of them was a little flat, but
okay.
I like the Bourbon Barrel beers.
Sure. Do you let those age at all, or do you just drink them?
Like those ones are from 2018.
Okay, gotcha.
So
yep.
they're been aging for 4 years now.
Sure.
And then you can let them age. You can most of the time. I think they say to really just drink them.
Okay.
Right away. Just because that's when you're gonna get the best flavor on them.
Okay,
unless
that makes sense.
But you can definitely age them if you want.
Sure. Yeah. Right now I have one of the Goose Island ones. They do their like Bourbon County ones like around Thanksgiving. So I have one from last year that I haven't drank yet.
Okay.
I should have brought that over actually.
That's all right.
That was like aged in Elijah Craig barrels, which is just a type of bourbon, which is really good, by the way. But yeah, I'm excited to crack that one open at some point. Maybe like in the fall or something.
You got to find like a special occasion, but it's like, well, when is it? When is the special occasion to have that?
And that's kind of a thing with bourbon too. Like people will save bottles for a special occasion, and well,
but they
like
just don't
you
know
said,
what.
when is that? And what if something happened to you
and you didn't get to
enjoy it? So there's a lot of people who just say, just drink it. Don't like collect it or just let it sit.
But you could keep the bottle maybe.
Yeah.
Put it on, or maybe like keep like that, just that little last couple of ounces and be like, all right, now I know what this is like. I have a little bit left. It can sit.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a good choice with that. Or you could add it to an infinity bottle.
What is that?
So what people will do is they'll take like the last couple ounces of whatever bottle they have left, and they put it into a decanter, and they just keep adding to it.
That's gross.
So it changes kind of the flavor of it.
That's like drinking Milwaukee's Best. I feel like that's how they make it. They get the bottom of the Miller Lite, and then they're like, well, let's just throw this with all the other shit. Milwaukee's Best.
Well, I'd hope it'd be a little better than that, but yeah, maybe. If you added something in there that just didn't go with something, I could see ruining it,
A friend of mine, you know him, but his dad passed away before he got married, and the wedding gift, one of his wedding gifts to him was a bottle of like bourbon or whiskey or something like that.
Oh, awesome.
So he only drinks that.
Sure.
I think like on his birthday and stuff like that. But,
and that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, at least you're trying it.
Yeah,
and the bottles are pretty big.
Yeah. So
does it decay in like, or does the taste kind of go away if you crack it open?
No, it doesn't. You just don't want it like by light or anything like that, because I guess that can take away from the alcohol and whatnot. Some people even leave bottles open a bit to like have them breathe.
Okay.
And you can get better flavor out of it then too. It's just people are way crazier than I am about it, but
I have a bottle of tequila on my fridge from my first wedding.
Oh, nice.
I still have it. And the only person that's ever drank out of it is Carissa.
Really?
The second wife. So,
what kind is it?
It's from Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Hecho in Mexico. This is what it says.
You don't pronounce the H. Hecho.
Hecho in Mexico. But yeah, it's I can't stand tequila, so
I can't either. Apparently, it's better if it's like a better quality, and then there's mezcal too.
I guess.
Yeah.
I had a beer once that was really good. It was aged in a tequila barrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really good. It was like a cerveza aged in a tequila. So it was like a kind of tequila lime type of drink.
Gotcha.
It was pretty good. And it was the really cool thing was I ordered a bomber, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any more of the bombers. So will you take a growler of it?" I was like, "Oh, absolutely." So
yeah, right.
For the price of that, yeah,
sure.
So
that sounds really good, actually. The whole like aging in other barrels is an interesting process and just really cool.
Yeah, and they do it a lot. Like I think they've done it in rye barrels and wine barrels.
Yeah, that's a big thing with bourbon too, as well. Like I don't think port's really a wine. I don't know if you
have no idea.
But a lot of things are aged in like port barrels or like orange curacao barrels. Yeah, there's a lot of different aging processes that are really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you post on Reddit with the fellow? Do you get karma points or
not really? I just kind of lurk.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
do
more
too.
of a lurker on the subreddits that I follow, just to kind of get ideas about what to try, what's cool, I guess.
and yeah, does your wife ever indulge in the bourbon, or does she not like it?
She doesn't like it. She's had some before and just did not enjoy.
Well, I mean, I think somebody once said the best tequila, and you still taste like shit. So, I mean, kind of if you're not gonna like it, you're not gonna like it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I just had like straight up bourbon.
Okay.
Obviously either it has to be in the beers or it has to be a mixer.
Maybe.
I'm a real bitch when it comes to hard alcohol. I really am. And like, how can you just sit there and think, like, when I drink something, I take a big drink.
Sure.
I drink it.
Sure.
Not like, I don't like purse my lips and like take a little sip and like, oh, this 2 ounces has to last me an hour and a half.
Sure. Right. Well, when I first started drinking whiskey, it was a lot of Maker's Mark. That's just kind of was my go-to.
Yeah.
Kind of a real basic entry bourbon.
Sure.
I would mix that with Coke or ginger ale.
Yeah.
And then it was more so like trying it on the rocks. And then one day I just thought, well, I'm just going to try to drink this straight.
Yeah.
Neat, right?
Neat.
Yeah.
That's how alcoholics say. I drink it from the bottle. I'm a neat drinker.
I don't do that.
Oh, that's good.
I tried it and it was just like ethanol. It's just like straight up alcohol, and it was really hard to drink it that way. But you just got to keep trying it, and it gets better.
That's how beer is too. Like, I mean, honestly, like the first time I had an IPA, I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" You know, when you go from drinking Bud Light, Coors Light, and all that trash, and then like somebody gives you this, and it's like a real beer. I was like, ugh.
Can you stand to drink that stuff anymore?
I will, like, if it's like this weekend I'm going to a bachelor party. Okay. So I know, like, I can't get loaded off craft beer because one, I'll have two of them and I'm buzzing already.
You're good to go. Yeah.
And then everyone's like, but if I drink a bunch of Bud Lights, I can like coast it out. And I feel like my hangovers, if I have like a lot of Bud Light, aren't as bad as if I have, and it's strictly on alcohol content.
Makes sense.
But, I mean, my goal isn't to be wasted, but odds are I'm going to a bachelor party with a bunch of old friends who I haven't seen, like Ryan. It's Ryan's bachelor party.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't seen Ryan's, Rob's brother, in probably 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So there's a good chance I'm going to drink with them, and we're going to have fun.
As you should.
So, but I'd also, like, I just know I'll bring some craft beer, but I just know I have to, like,
kind of pace it with.
But it's very rare. I have a bunch of Miller Lite in my fridge that I'll never drink.
Yeah.
I have a ton of beer that people just give me. People just give me. Yeah, like I got a 6-pack of vanilla stout that you can have because I got 2 more 6-pack. I got a total of 4 6-packs of it for free. They just give me a box of it.
Wow.
And I said, I give one to the neighbor, and I'll give you a 6-pack. Oh,
okay, cool. Well,
I did give somebody else a 6-pack. Yeah. It's just unreal, but you know, maybe I should branch into the bourbon world and see how I can do it. Start with the Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I mean,
gradually.
I'd love to do that. I could get a flight set up, and you could try different stuff.
Flights. And I got flights. I mean, the mixology thing, like trying different things. Liquor.com is a website I just discovered, and they have a bunch of various like rum drinks and mixers and cocktails that you can be.
Interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah. If I it would be really cool if I could, like, if I had a bar and I could be like the cocktail man.
Yeah, sure, right.
When for nobody, because nobody ever comes over.
Well, same.
Isn't that?
We can just hang out.
We should hang out more often.
I know we should. I know.
You don't live that far.
I know I don't.
You have kids. I have kids. You have a wife. I have a wife. You know, we can mingle.
We should.
We can do. When's the last time I saw you? The Lord Jane Grey show.
Might have been.
When was that?
May.
Early May.
So,
and then the time before that was November.
I know, for Alkaline Trio.
For November.
Stop just going to concerts together.
To concerts, yeah. Yeah, you missed the Frank Turner show.
I know.
I asked you.
I forgot to respond to you.
You did.
I do that sometimes.
And I bought tickets right away because I knew it was going to be
sell out.
So, and then I was just like, I'll bring Madison.
Sorry.
No, it's
fine.
I'm
a bad friend.
No, you're not. Madison, she pretends like she liked it. So it's not Justin Bieber.
Not right.
Do your kids? Well, your kids are pretty young. So do they listen to trash music?
No, I typically will play stuff, but we do have to listen to like Pete the Cat and Peppa Pig and
Pete the Cat has music?
Yeah, on Spotify. And it's Elvis Costello actually, so I can kind of tolerate it.
Ashton used to read Pete the Cat books.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, those are pretty popular. Good
For
old
sure.
Pete the Cat.
Yep.
Have you there's one book that Ashton used to have. It was called I Need a New Butt.
Yeah, I have that.
You do?
Yep, I have that, and I Broke My Butt, which is another one.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I bought it's called the ABCs of the Zombie Apocalypse.
Really?
Kids book.
Okay.
Kids in the kids section. And then at one point it talks about dragging people to hell.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What?
Like I was reading it, I was like, what the fuck?
It's a little intense.
Something about like dragging demons to hell or whatever. Donald Trump's in it.
Oh, geez.
And it was I was just like, okay. Yeah, it's called A is for asteroids, Z is for zombies, and it's like every letter is for the zombie, for like the apocalypse.
Like some sort of apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny, but then like
you're funny.
You're trying to read that to your kid at night, and it's like, oh,
what is this?
Maybe we shouldn't. So yeah,
right. There's an ABCs of punk rock book too.
Is there?
It's like A is for Anti-Flag, B is for like Bad Religion or something. Yeah.
Nice.
I wanted to buy it, but it's kind of like $40 or something.
That's
like that.
insane.
So I know.
That's insane.
But it'd be cool to have.
It's crazy. Like, do your kids are they in the phase where it's like the same story over and over?
Yes, my son only likes to read Curious George.
Oh yeah,
and I'm really sick of Curious George Flies a Kite.
those things are long too.
Yes, they
those
are.
When you read a bedtime story, a lot of times it's like, I don't want to invest an additional 20 minutes of reading fucking Curious George.
Yeah.
Or, I have these books that says like 5-minute Marvel movie or tales. It takes more than 5 minutes to read.
Yeah, we have the Star Wars ones like that and a Thomas one. But yeah, they take more than 5 minutes, but I'd rather read that.
That's true.
Because Star Wars is cool.
Sure. And Curious George.
Curious George is fine, but it gets
just long.
old. Yeah, and it like rambles on and on. Like the Flies a Kite. Like he plays with the neighbor's bunny, and then he goes fishing, and then he flies a kite, and then he gets stuck in the air. It's like it just rambles. It's not focused. Like each of those things could be a story in themselves, and it's just like
Curious George is a sad tale, really. A man abducted a monkey from its
right?
natural habitat,
Yes.
brought him to like New York City,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, don't fuck around, monkey. and then what does he do? He fucks around.
Yeah, all the time.
He
all the time.
he ruins the things at the fire departments. He fucks up the museum. He does a lot of mischief, and it's just like, you're doing more damage to the city than good.
He
Home.
paints some lady's apartment and with the jungle theme. Yeah,
What a dick.
Yeah, I know, right?
It doesn't have a tail though.
That's true.
Most monkeys have tails.
I think.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I guess I should brush up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's do your kids watch Caillou?
Mason did a little bit.
It's horrible.
But usually no, because it was on when we had to like leave for school.
Oh,
so.
sure. Caillou is the worst. He is.
He's really whiny.
Oh God, just I can't stand how whiny that little. My brother used to watch him when he was younger, and I was like, you gotta turn this shit off. Like this is bad. Yeah, Ashton now, thankfully, he's kind of like getting into more like chapter books.
Okay.
Captain Underpants.
Cool.
Type of. What was it?
What are there? Harold and George? Is that
Harold
the name?
and George?
Okay,
yeah. And then there's he likes Dave Pilkey or however
like
you say it.
Dogman? Is that Dogman?
That's what it is.
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
Cat Kid, I think
I
is
didn't know that
one. Yeah, he likes those ones, and they're fine.
Cool.
But obviously, I'm gonna have to start over and start reading some of the Curious George crap and all that shit, and then but now like Ashton's starting to watch like older shows on, or like shows for older kids on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
They're horrible.
They're
so bad.
Like with actual actors and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's
the
not like
shows are bad.
cartoons.
They're not like the shows like we had when we were kids, like
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World, Even Stevens, stuff like that.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf is pretty crazy these days.
Yeah, he is these days. But
yeah, he was good as Louis Stevens.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we grew up in some prime TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a sense.
Has your son ever said anything crazy, like any like vulgar words?
Not really. I guess I say stuff sometimes, and he's like, "Dad, we don't say that."
Oh, that's
like,
good.
I'm sorry.
Ashley just repeats what I say. Madison asked a kid when she was younger, or she told the kid to quit being a crab ass at daycare once. So I got a letter about that.
A letter?
Or like a verbal talking
Oh, okay.
to
I was
him.
going to say, they sent you a letter. Why don't they just talk to you? Like
Your child said crab ass.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any... when do you think... So you have young kids. When do you think you're going to expose your child to a horror movie?
It'll probably be a while yet. Mason's kind of terrified of Slappy from Goosebumps.
Oh, really?
So,
It can be yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, so he pretends like he likes it, but I can tell that he's scared. So it's kind of, he like wants to look at it or watch it, but he doesn't.
Like the Jack Black one, the Jack Black Goosebumps, or like the old
that
school
one and the old school one.
Okay.
That used to be a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And lately he's been wanting to look up clowns on
That's
the Alexa.
weird. Oh gosh.
So I had to press the button on it so he can't like ask her to show clowns.
Yeah.
Because the other night he came down to our room where he was crying in his bed that he
God.
was afraid. So
there's a clown in my room.
Yeah.
That'd
like,
be
we're
scary.
not looking up clowns. Like, we're not.
Oh, my wife's trying to burn down the house. Jeez. And that smoke detector is in the back hallway, so you know something's really on fire. Oh my God. It's the day people wonder why episodes don't come out every week. This is, my life is just a scramble.
This is good content.
Good content for sure. So when you I guess, when's your prime time to drink bourbon? Going back to the bourbon talk, do you wait till the kids? That's the thing. That's the thing with me. Like, I always have to wait for all the kids to be in bed, or like now, we're recording a podcast and it's before 6 o'clock. The kids come in talking to me. The wife is doing something. There's all these noises, all these distractions. It's hard to do this. So when do you find time? By the time I'm like, oh, I could use a beer. It's like, well, now it's time to sleep.
Well, yeah, it's usually after we get the kids put to bed. If we're watching a show or something, I'll pour a little glass. Have a little bit. So typically like maybe 8 o'clock ish. Just have a little bit.
That's late.
Yeah. Not like during the day really or anything. Just kind of at night, just enjoying a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to nose it and see what I know. See what flavors I can pick up. It's really hard. Like there's on Reddit, people put like their reviews of a bottle and they'll put the nose. They're like, oh, this was like cherry cough syrup or something. Like just
why would you want to drink that?
Really specific things.
Cherry cough syrup.
Cherry note, that was probably an exaggeration, but the notes people can pick up on things is just like crazy based on smell and taste. Like you got to be drinking a lot of whiskey and understand the smell and taste of a lot of different flavors.
Did you ever have COVID?
No, I never did.
You never got it, huh?
I never did.
Damn. Carissa got it twice.
Really?
Yeah. When she was pregnant the second time. So that was, it was fine. But
yeah.
I had it the one time. I don't think my nose got messed up from it.
No?
Yeah, I couldn't remember like when I had it, I was trying to like test like, oh, did I lose my sense of taste? But it's like, I might just be eating bland food. Like, so I just don't know.
Just plain chicken breasts and rice.
I just realized like, oh, I'm very white. I don't really eat a lot of spices or anything like this. So
could be.
Maybe. Carissa lost her smell. I put a thing of onions right up to her nose and
nothing.
Couldn't get it. So that was like a
I just feel like that would
indicator.
be like not scary, but just kind of weird to not smell or taste anything.
I feel like if you lose your sense of taste, like that's a great time to start dieting, because it's just like, well, I don't know what any of this shit tastes like anyway, so I'm just gonna eat it.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Just start eating some raw onions, or
I don't know that has any health benefits, but
it's a vegetable.
That's true.
That's good for you, I'm sure.
There's probably something in it.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf, going back to him, he survived on it in holes. They ate onions. Him and Zero.
Sploosh, right? And sploosh.
Splooge?
No, it's sploosh. It was like canned peaches or something.
Oh, it was called sploosh?
Sploosh, that's what they call it. Did you ever read the book?
Yeah, in 5th grade.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I did read it. Sploosh, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I got some sploosh for you.
When they ran away and...
Yeah, I remember.
I don't need to get into the plot. When they were under that boat.
If an old man came up to you and asked if you wanted to drink his sploosh, would you...
I would not oblige.
Would you accept?
No, I would not.
Mix the sploosh in your bourbon and you'll live forever.
No, I don't mix things with my bourbon.
Have you been reading? Really. Do you read for fun?
Do I read?
I could picture you walking down into your basement. You have like the little record, like some smooth jazz playing. You got a nice book. You're drinking your bourbon. And you're just, oh, hello. Welcome to the club.
I would like to read, but I typically choose to do other things.
Yeah.
Like watch a TV show or something or do a project. I don't know. I'd like to read more. There's lots of books I want to read, but just
read
can't.
2 books this summer. I'm on book 3
2?
right now. Yeah.
I've read none.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's pretty awesome, actually. What'd you read?
I read Devolution, which is about Max Brooks, Mel Brooks' son.
Okay.
It's fiction, obviously, but it's about how Mount Rainier is like a volcano erupted.
Sure. Yep.
And then it drives a tribe of Sasquatch to a very like green living community, like off the grid solar panels communities, like this new age stuff.
Sure.
And they all get fucking killed
by the Sasquatch.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they get
really?
Fucked up.
So
it's pretty good.
Sasquatch is pretty savage then, huh?
It's a slow burn. Yeah, it's like a family of them.
Okay.
But it's the last like half is like, oh damn.
That sounds pretty cool. What was that? De-evolution, you said? Devolution,
I think it's called.
Okay.
De-evolution. It kind of like, yeah.
Sure.
It's a good book.
All right. Well,
and then I read the first Dexter book. Now I'm reading the second Dexter book.
Okay.
I'm going to try to read the whole Dexter series before I have to go back to work.
Okay. Oh.
I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to try.
How many books are there?
7.
7? Okay.
I'm only on the second one.
So let's see what you got, like 5 weeks or so.
If I could knock one out every week,
yeah,
I could do it.
Maybe. I could not do that.
It's hard to do.
I read too slow.
I've gotten better. I also read slow.
Well,
I'm also really bad at reading out loud. Really bad.
Oh, I am too. That's why I get like audiobooks. If we did that in school,
oh sure,
I would just play it.
It's really embarrassing when I have to read story problems to a bunch of freshmen, a bunch of 14-year-old kids, and I stumble on words, and people are just like,
I do it too, man. Yeah. Right? You ever get voice cracks at school?
Oh yeah, and then they call you out. Like,
I know.
You talk like literally. You're talking all day.
Yeah,
your voice
right.
gets strained sometimes, and then
Absolutely.
the kids are like, "How come your voice is always cracking? How old are you?" And I was just like, "I'm 31." Like, yeah, it still happens.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's
that's typically my comment. I'm 32, and it still happens.
Still happens.
Just gotta roll with it.
Drink some water.
Yeah,
I've had some crazy questions asked to me.
Really?
Yeah, my homeroom. Like one of the kids asked me like what my body count was. So like how many people I've.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I was just like, in what world do you think I'm going to answer that question?
Yeah, right.
It's just not. It's not appropriate.
They think we're oblivious to things, like what they ask or what they say.
Right.
I'm like, guys, I wasn't like born in a barn or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I know things.
And then how many people just call me bruh.
Oh, that sends me over the edge.
I'm not your bruh.
Yeah. That I haven't had much. That was more so like, well, my second year of teaching. They did that a lot. And one time I just like wouldn't talk to them. I like left what they were saying or the conversation. I'm like, I'm not responding to you until you can be respectful. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, I've said that too. Like when I forget what they say to me. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to this next year.
Are you?
Yeah.
Just kind of know what's going on a little bit more. A
little better.
Yeah.
And then, two, I like my job.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Same here. It's a challenge, but it's fun. Like there's good parts to it, even though it is really hard.
Do you ever chaperone dances?
We don't really have those, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only been a couple. But no, I don't because I don't live where I work.
Enough.
So
I chaperoned homecoming last year. I'll probably do it again this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just watching these children and like.
Sure. Do you think it's any different from when we were in high school? No.
It's just a new perspective.
Sure,
it's
right.
Just a new perspective, and that I don't like it. It's just, and I've DJ'd plenty of proms.
Sure.
I once DJ'd at a Catholic school locally here, a dance, and the dean was there, and he was like threatening to shut it down because there's too much grinding going on. And of course,
really?
Christ doesn't like that. You have to be married to do that kind of things, and of course you have to be heterosexual in the eyes of the Lord. Just kidding. But whatever, it was a big thing, and then whatever the dean's like, whatever, do what you want, I guess. And,
okay. Yeah.
And I was just like sick of watching it. So then I get on the mic and I'm like, oh, let's see you grind to this, and then I play Don't Stop Believing.
Nice.
And they did.
They
proved
did?
They proved me wrong. It was gross.
So it kind of blew up in your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many times that I DJ dances, I always say like, I always like crack jokes, and then like the kids don't like it. The chaperones usually laugh, but I was like, this is uncomfortable. My kid is a year away from high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't seem real to me.
I'm not ready for it. She's so innocent still. She's so sweet, and these little bastards are gonna taint my daughter, and I don't like it. The first kid that really breaks her heart, I'm gonna break his face. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But I get like the dating thing. It's just like, it's so weird, like, because she's had boyfriends.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like your little kid,
sure.
Kind of like you're not. This isn't real, type of thing. But it's just like, ugh, it's gonna be soon, and I just don't. I'm not ready for it.
Right.
It's gonna be uncomfortable, and then I think like when I remember having a girlfriend, and like I didn't have a driver's license, so her parents had to pick me up.
That's uncomfortable.
Am I going to have to do that? Am I going to have to be the one that picks these kids up?
Maybe.
Takes them to a movie theater, drops them off. I watch them walk in. I sit in the car for 10 minutes, and then I buy a ticket to the same movie. And I try to like sneak past them so they don't see me. I'm way in the back. But I'm not watching the movie. I'm watching them.
Right.
Making sure they keep it appropriate.
It'd be a little creepy.
It is. It is creepy. It is creepy. But you know what? I'm going to do it. And I feel like
let me know.
I have to have the standards too. I've thought about this. Like I can't like be weary of Madison going on dates and be comfortable with Ashton going on dates.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot to handle sometimes.
You got a long ways to go till your kids are teenagers.
I do.
I just started early.
Yeah, well.
Have you found that having more kids, you have less friends?
More kids, less friends.
I have.
I just think less friends with life.
Yeah.
And responsibilities and kind of what you have to prioritize.
It's weird because I've had a kid for now almost 14 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are just like now having kids in the last 3-4 years.
Right.
And I've just been in dad mode for a long time.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. I've just noticed like even with the baby, less and less friends.
Yeah, kids take all your time.
It's crazy.
And nothing wrong with that. But
no, but
yeah,
you just enjoy adult time every once in a
Oh,
while.
right. Absolutely. 100%. I agree with you on that. I guess just priorities change and, responsibilities change. And that's just kind of what comes with it.
Would you say your best friend is your wife?
Yes.
No. I don't think my
No.
For me, there's like
that's a person you spend the most time with.
Well, of course, but she's better because she's my wife. She's better than the best friends.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that.
You and Rob are my best friends.
Yeah, you are also my best friend.
Ian used to be. Whatever happened to that guy? I
hope
he listens to this in Germany.
Is that where he is now?
Yeah, that's where he is.
Living there.
He's not living there. He's deployed.
He's just deployed. Okay. Well, shout out to Ian. What's up?
My real homie. Miss you. But yeah, I don't know. Because it's like if she leaves me, I'm not gonna be her fucking friend.
Yeah, that's true.
My ex-wife probably at one point said I was her best friend. Hell no.
Yeah.
She ain't my friend at all.
I guess with a spouse, that's a different relationship, right?
Yeah.
So if that went awry, like obviously, yeah, there's not really any reconciling that. That's just is what it is. That's done. Whereas I guess just a friendship, it could kind of have its ebbs and flows. Has its ups and downs. You might not talk for a while or things like that, but you can kind of come back together.
Right.
Whereas that's probably pretty rare for a couple who've drifted apart to come back together. Does it happen? Yeah. But more than often,
let's be honest. Like if you were there's been I know a couple people that have been married, divorced, and then married the person again.
Yeah.
That just you're doomed.
Right.
You're doomed.
I guess what's going to change? Like that,
exactly.
You are the person you are at a certain point, right? Like you can make changes, but at your core, you're still that person.
Did you know that Mr. Feeney, Bill Daniels?
Yeah.
He's been married to his wife for like 70 years.
Seriously.
And did you know this? His wife was the dean of and Boy Meets World when the last season.
Really?
Dean, yeah.
No,
who he ends up marrying in the show.
No,
that's his real wife.
Interesting.
He's still alive. He's 95.
Yeah.
Feeney's on the downward.
He's
going down.
I was watching TV. I forget, it was the news in the morning, and like the cast of Boy Meets World was like, and he wasn't. I took a picture of it. It's on my phone. I think it's still on there. He's like old as fuck.
Yeah, he's got to be carried to the chair.
Yeah,
he's pretty old.
It's just interesting, like in your mind, like how you just picture that person. Like when we watch that, that's how I imagine him still looking.
Well, imagine being married to someone for 70 years. 70 years. So they got married when in their 20s.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know.
I'd be 100.
Well, like early 20, if not 20, right?
Yeah, I'd be 100 by the time her and I are married to 70 years.
70.
And if she spent 70 years with me, there's something wrong with her. So
I'd probably say the same.
yeah. And one of these days I'm going to wake up with a pillow over my face. And then she's just going to be like, shh. How do you want to die?
Probably in my sleep.
You think that's really the way to go? In your sleep?
I wouldn't. I don't want something that's like.
But is it like a painful way? Like, because you don't really know.
Well, sure. Okay. So like with like maybe burning, right? That would be painful for a while until you went into shock. Mm-hmm. Then it wouldn't be. Drowning would be terrible until you passed out.
I think
those would be the two worst things in my mind.
Well, it's been great having you back.
Yeah.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the podcast? So 5 years in, you were on the first 8 episodes, and then you were on like some other one, and then you were on a couple others. Disappeared.
I ghosted, right?
Well, you told me that you were.
Yeah, right. It's fun.
Yeah.
That weekly banter just to kind of catch up and whatnot. Yeah, I miss that. Absolutely.
Could you imagine having over 200 different types of beers? Or not types, but 200 beers.
I'm fine with that because I like trying different things in terms of beer. So
you should do a podcast with the bourbon.
I might have to consider that.
Or just you can have a segment on the show where it's like Josh's Bourbon Corner, where you just talk some bourbon.
May have to consider that.
I'll put it in there.
All right.
We do a lot of different news shows now.
Okay.
Shows within shows. It's like
Inception. I suppose this is like way different than when we first started.
Oh yeah, it is.
Maybe the shell is there, but
yeah, it's way different than when we started. I've never listened to the first episode.
No.
My
brother's on that too.
It's probably really bad.
Probably.
But yeah, it's there. Yeah, because like now, like depending on who's on, Chris is on a couple different ones. There's one called The Honeymoon is Horror. There's a show within the show where we watch a horror movie and we talk about it.
Okay.
And that's fun.
That's cool.
There's one called The Walking Dad with me and her again. Talk about parent things.
Sure.
There's Tunes and Brews. You can do that one time where
I would do that.
You pick an album that you really like.
Sure.
And we talk about it.
Okay.
So like I've only done 2 episodes. The first one I did myself. I did Anti-Flags for Blood and Empire.
Okay.
And the Backstreet Boys' second album. And then I did one with Todd, and I did White Crosses by Against Me, and he picked a David Bowie one called Black Star.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, something like that. You could do that.
I would do that. I'd make you listen to Chromeo.
Yeah, you still like Chromeo?
Chromeo's the shit, dude.
He's playing somewhere soon.
Are they?
I think.
Okay. I haven't seen them. I would see them.
He's so weird.
Those 2 guys.
What's a band you've been listening to a lot lately?
A band I've been listening to a lot lately. Let's see. The Get Up Kids.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of dived into that a bit.
I've been listening to a lot of No Trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they on Red Scare now?
They're on Red Scare now.
Okay,
yeah.
I saw that,
I think I told you about them a while ago.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
They're really good.
Okay.
The stuff on Red Scare is way different than like their other albums. But
still, more of like a hardcore type thing, or
I would say their latest EP, Acid Lord, is more punk.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
yes, like more kind of like old, like what hardcore used to be.
Okay, gotcha.
Back in the day. They're good. I've been listening to a lot of Heart Attack Man.
Okay.
They're good.
Gotcha.
Anthony Green. I've been listening to a lot of Anthony
He just put out a new album.
I listened to it. It's good.
I had a little bit of it on. And since we saw him, I did kind of dive into that a bit. I bought the Tim Kasher record as well.
Oh, yeah?
The Middling Age one.
Pretty good.
I like his stuff. Like his lyrics are cool. So it was a fun show to expose to some new artists. Well, that I knew, but not, I guess, in the solo sense.
I listened to an Oliver Tree song. And I'm not going to lie. Not bad.
I don't know who that is.
He's a weird fucking dude. it's I don't know how to describe him.
Okay.
He's more of like a meme, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know. It's an all right song.
Okay.
Like this is kind of. I guess I could vibe with this.
You can vibe with it.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything really weird I've been listening to. A lot of Bad Religion again.
I've kind of dove back into them a bit, like Stranger Than Fiction. Like
I've been listening to Empire Strikes First.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite Bad Religion record.
I have to go with Stranger Than Fiction.
That one's good too.
I was listening to The Process of Belief a lot as well.
You remember I'm still on your Spotify account?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know if
yeah, I got my family playing. There's a few people. I know.
Can you see what I'm listening to?
No.
Oh no,
I can't.
Let's see. Oh, I've been listening to Near Beer a lot. The
Sure
Henry
what that
Clay
is.
people.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You said that. I didn't
really
check them
good.
out yet. I will
Really
have to
good.
check that.
Yeah, listen
Let's
to
see.
Near Beer.
Mine's probably filled with Pete the Cat and bullshit.
Pete the
like that.
Cat. I get the Biebs on there. Justin Bieber has one good song, and that's Love Yourself.
Okay, Motion City.
My kids
lot of
like
them.
the Notorious B.I.G. a lot.
Nice.
They like Big Papa. That's
Throw your hands in the air. I've been listening to Saves the Day, actually.
why. Shame on you.
I don't know. The Stay What You Are album is okay.
Is it?
It is.
Is it okay? I've been listening to Pork and Beans by the Weezer a lot.
Really?
That's a good song.
I've turned on 9 again by Blank.
Oh, I listen
There's
to that
a
all
lot
the
of
time.
good songs on there, actually.
You know, Matt Skiba might not be in
I
it
know.
anymore?
Yeah, there's like, you should see the Blink 182 subreddit. It's just like blowing up with people's theories of Tom coming back.
I think
or them
he
being
is.
a 4-piece. I think so too. They're releasing a Funko Pop of all 3 of them.
Not with Skiba, though?
No, it's with Tom, but people are like, oh, this means Tom's coming back. It's
Not
based
necessarily.
around the What's My Age Again music video, so they're all naked.
Oh, sure. I'm bummed if he's not in it because I like it.
Same.
I like California a lot. I like 9 a lot. 9's really good, and I saw his comment on Instagram.
Yep, I saw that too, where he doesn't know if he's still in the
just said
band
your
or not.
guess is good. And that's kind of shitty.
It is. You know, I think that Mark would be more forthcoming about that.
Yeah.
You know, about what the deal is, but I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe he'll give us more trio. Maybe he'll give us more.
Maybe.
I'd like another Matt Skiba and the Secrets record.
I think he has to make one more based on his deal. I think it was a 3-record deal.
Okay.
So he should have to make one more, which will be cool. I think another Heavens album might happen too.
Yeah, I'd like to get that on vinyl.
I have it.
I know you do.
But
I know.
I think I paid a lot for that when I bought it.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson with the vinyl and these fucking dogs. So now it's tucked away in a closet. I can't even I have to get it out of a closet. I have to go through the hallway, go in the closet, take it out, and cycle through. Otherwise, my dogs eat it. Fucking dogs.
Which is unfortunate.
Do you have a dog? Do you
I
want
don't.
a dog?
Maybe at some point.
Don't. You'll regret it. Get one that's on its way out. You know, it's like 10 years old.
Just kind of chill. And hangs out.
10 years old, maybe a solid 2 years left.
Sure.
Sure, it'll be sad at the end, but you're really not going to have to deal with a lot of things. That's my opinion. And with that, we're going to conclude this episode.
All right. Well, it was good to be back on. Thanks for having me.
Do you think we still do the drink it or dump it? So
we can do it.
I'll drink it, but do you think? I think in the show's history, I've legitimately dumped only a few.
Really?
I'll finish them.
Okay.
I've had some. There's a couple that have been pretty bad. Do you think it's stupid? Do you think I should change it?
What? The drink it or dump
Yeah.
it?
And then what? How should I sign off? That's me and Robert trying to figure out how to sign off now.
Man.
I don't know.
I think drink it or dump it is fine. Like,
Okay.
I don't think it kind of just gives a person a cut and dry. Like, if they're listening for the beer, I mean, that's not really the main purpose of this, but
Not at all.
they're listening for that, then sure, drink it or dump it is cut and dry. Like, try it or don't.
Yeah.
But again, that's really subjective. So I don't know if I gave you a good answer there.
Yeah.
Well, sign off?
We'll think about it. We drank New Orthodox. Is this a Jewish beer?
I don't know.
If it's New is that like the New Testament? The New Orthodox?
I don't know.
We did drink New Orthodox Boss Tweed, double India Pale Ale. Pretty good. I like it. I definitely can't have another because I'll be dead. From Michigan.
Try it.
Do it.
Drink it.
Drink it. Josh, thank you.
Yep. Thanks for having me on.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.